Hello again. Let's continue with the facial expressions. Now, I was trying to do the portrait here, but actually I'm not able to do it as small as that. I will zoom in the camera, that's why I've got this square. But forgive me about that, because I'll try, and I hopefully will manage to draw the portrait within those parameters. Now, this is the face. That's the rounded face of Angelina Jolie. As I said, I'll try and draw her. I'm trying to get the likeness, but I didn't manage on the first. Hopefully I will get as close as I can to this one, to this portrait. Okay, let's go. Now that's the jaw. You got the head, hairline, ear round here. You have the cheekbone. You have the jaw. I'm trying to get it like an egg shape. You know, we've said that many times, that the portrait will be, or the portrait is kind of an egg shape. And this is what I'm trying to do here, the egg shape of the portrait, and especially her face. She's very symmetrical. Beautiful face, beautiful expressions on this one. Now I'll get rid of those lines, don't worry. The lines are there, then they're not bothering me. I'm trying to get it as to get them, even if there are lines there, the lines can be constructive and destructive. In this case, they're not bothering me. They're not either constructive or destructive, but they're not bothering me. So that's the nose, and that's her mouth here. She's again a rounded move. That's the middle of the mouth. Teeth, both teeth here, upper, lower, and a little, and then you got the chin, cheekbone, eye, and she's looking on her left. There you have the eyebrow, the upper eyelid, probably the eye a little bit lower than that. She's looking here, and then the eyebrow more rounded. This side of her face a little bit more of a tonal value. On this side of the nose, this eye, because she's tilted slightly on her left, but very little. I'm talking about the axis. So that is a little bit tilted on that side, on the left. So that means that this eye is lower than that eye. So the left eye, as I see it, it's slightly lower. And then you have the eyelid, then the eyebrow, and then the tear duct, upper eyelid, and very soft tonal value there, a little bit darker here, middle tone here. Okay, we've got some expression, but still it's not Angelina Jolie. Now bigger here on this side of her head, wider here, and then you have the ear, which is right on a horizontal line. The ear is actually there, so I need to bring the ear up and move it that way. The jaw, I think I need to go with that mouth a little bit more to the left, which I'm doing it now. And then the eye here, that's a good expression of the eye. Eyebrow up. Probably get rid of this line here, because that's coming out a little bit right in the middle, and that's not really helping. It's not bothering me, but it looks like kind of a it's separating the portrait in 1/3 or 2/3. Okay, then you have the nose, the upper lip, a bit more rounded. And let's go and be a little bit more precise here with this upper lip here, upper lip, upper lip, upper lip, and lower lip here. Facial expression, that's kind of a, she's in awe. She that could be any person will be will have that expression. Oh wow, I didn't expect this, or any event you can have that expression. And okay, and then bringing the jaw now here, drawing, or actually giving it a line here, just a softer line, and here as well, and a bit darker here, bit darker, which is, of course, it's under her lip. That's why it needs to go a little bit dark. And what I was saying is that this line here, which is actually the nose, it's where the nose ends. It's exactly the same straight line that I had on the previous portrait. Now there, I need to bring up that base, the base line of the nose, and that goes something like this. And then the tip of the nose, actually I can darken the whole thing here because it's quite dark. That'll be a nice addition here, because it's, give it a darker, just a slightly darker tone on the nose. Get rid of that line, which is the line of the forehead. Bring a little bit, or get rid of that line to bring the chin closer to the mouth. A little bit also here, lighter, where I can show the lower teeth. Tip of the mouth, the tip, and a little bit of a darker tone here, darker tone, and also here, dark, and I can drop a little bit here because it's quite light here where the cheekbone is. But then on the other hand, I do need to darken the whole thing here. There, so that makes a nice, again, nice dark tone here. And the eye, the white of the eyes, it's whiter, bigger, wider. So that is the white of the eye here. There. The end of the eyeball. Pupil. Eyelid. And a little bit of a light tonal value to define the lower eyelid. There. And a little bit darker down this side of the eye. And then that little dark tone which defines the eye bone, the nose bone structure. Well, the expression is pretty much there, but there is nowhere to be seen Angelina Jolie, so it's actually not really there in the sense of her actual person. It's not there. But again, as I said, I will try and work a little bit more on the likeness, and a little bit wider here. So yes, it's wider. This is to make her look like her. She's a little bit wider here. Okay, let's continue our drawing of Angelina Jolie on a different setting here, at home, at the studio. So a little bit more of a darker tone here, darker tone on that side of the face, so it gives a middle tone here, and also the middle tone comes on the forehead as well. There we are, a little bit of hair here on that side. Now here we've got a little bit of the face blends with the background quite a bit, so that line gets blurred, and that gets blurred here. A bit darker here. Get darker here as well on the forehead. Let's darken the nose a little bit more. And that line, I was just checking it, the tear duct goes right on a straight line to the nostril, and possibly that line here, which is the cheekbone, connects with the jaw. Give it a little bit of a darker tone here. Cheekbone here, darker tone of the cheekbone. And get a little bit of the head a little bit more rounded here. Soften that line. Get the hair a little bit around it there. Cheekbone and the head moves, and that line becomes more of a straight line down here, coming right down with an angle. So I'm talking about that angle here, and the cheekbone coming down here, and the jaw, so that it's all under a line, which I'm suggesting here, or making it like a straight line connecting the cheekbone with the jaw. There. Okay, that's not the exact it's not the likeness of her, of Angelina Jolie, but at least we're trying with that. Get the nostril here, down here. The white of the eye gets a little bit darker, lighter here, as she's looking to her right. The white of the eye here. Get that shine on the eye as well. And I will now do some mending here, and which I don't need to talk really. I will speed up the video, because this, what I'm actually going to do now is just looking at where I'm actually intervening, and also will save me a little bit of recorded time, will make the video quite a bit shorter to upload it on the YouTube without any issues. To upload it on YouTube without any problems, like delayed uploading, and also a little bit of an eyebrow here, so a bit more of a separation between the eyebrows. straight line here. Well, actually, I'm connecting the tip of the nose with the nostril here, right here, and then the two teeth. I mean the front teeth. Sorry. Well, two front teeth. Teeth. Yeah, two front teeth. A little bit of a straight or a wider lip here, a little bit lighter here as well, and maybe, well, lose those corners here. I think they need to be lost. There's no need for those. And as I said, I will do the video a little bit shorter by recording it quickly on a hyperlapse, so you will only see the interventions that I'm actually doing without listening to me just chatting away here. And you can only see, you can see the changes that are happening, that's the most important thing. Okay, let's go with a hyperlapse.